My heart to say those words. Welcome to Coffee with the Birds. It's been a few months. It's been since March, but we are back. And I want to welcome all of you here in person. We have a full room here in the Wildlife Den at the Nature Center at Hemlock Crossing County Park. And we have, so far, how many viewers do we have? 13 online. That number will probably go up. We'll see. I like to compete. In person versus online. Who's going to win? So we are broadcasting live via YouTube. So everybody in here, I've got to sign up there too so that you're aware. We've got birds coming at the feeders except for not this instant. So I will take that opportunity to introduce you to what Coffee with the Birds is. Is there anybody in here that this is their first time to Coffee with the Birds? First timers. Excellent. Well, a special welcome to you. And those of you online, give a shout out if this is your first time tuning in to Coffee with the Birds. And I'll do my best to respond as much as I can. I've got multiple things going on, including the little presentation thing that's up on the screen right now. But I will respond to those comments as quickly as I can. Coffee with the Birds. The structure is this. We've got a feeder watching session from 9:30 to 10, just about 10:30. And then at 10:30, we're going to be in the great room, and I'll give a presentation on something bird-related. Today, it's a bird profile on the great blue heron, which is on our new mug. Okay? And then at 11, or a little after 11, 11:10, 11:15, we'll be back in here for a second feeder watching session for those that come for the presentation first, and then the feeder watching second. So the presentation is everybody joined together. That will also be live streamed. Those of you online can find that link also the same place that you found this live stream link on the Ottawa County Parks YouTube channel. So what is Coffee with the Birds? I'm going to look out here a second, make sure I'm not missing anything. Got a few birds coming. We got a song sparrow on the ground over here. To the left of number 8 down on the ground. That's a little bit of an unusual wintertime visitor, although they're becoming more regular. They're almost expected in the winter now here in Ottawa County. Did not used to be 10, 15 years ago, but they like to come to feeders in the wintertime. They're one of our most common breeders in the spring and summertime. There's a junco to its left. I will interrupt for the birds, just so you know. So that is a part of Coffee with the Birds, and I sometimes rely on you guys to get me back on track. So, what is Coffee with the Birds? It's an informal time to enjoy coffee, pastries, birds, and community, okay? This is what it's about. It doesn't matter if you are a worldwide birder that has, thousands of birds on your life list, or if you just enjoy the cardinals at your feeder in the backyard and want to learn more and just love birds. The red-breasted? Oh, white-breasted nuthatch over there going toward number 4, maybe? Nope, going toward number 3. There he is. Yep, white-breasted nuthatch. It is a time for you to ask questions. We'll identify birds at the feeders. You can tell me bird sightings, exciting rare birds, or just backyard feeder birds. Tell me the stories of the ways that you've interacted with birds. Questions, curiosities, stories. Later on, the birding presentation. And I want to thank our sponsors right now. Oh, look at all the goldfinches coming into number 7 now. Yesterday, I had probably about 50 on the feeders at one time. We have a lot of goldfinches right now. It is coarse sunflower seed. The question was, what are you feeding them? Coarse sunflower seed is their favorite. Any of the no-mess sunflower, out of the whole sunflower is great. It doesn't have to be coarse. We use coarse just because of the mesh size on the feeder so that it doesn't fall out as easily as the other stuff. But you can get a medium and a fine sunshine. And that leads right into DeBrine Seed Store. That's where we get our seeds from. We got some cheers here, so I don't know. Okay, are you guys online? I got to check and see if you're online. They often will watch the Coffee with the Birds. Ken and Caleb at DeBrine love to tune in. They love to promote the program, and they also have prizes for our photo contest winners and for the door prizes for these events. So big shout out to DeBrine Seed in Zealand. Also, Point of Light Media, that is Rick over here. He's running the cameras, formerly known as Kestrel Imagery-ish. Thank you. And Aldea Coffee. This is a new partnership started at the end of last season. They are here. They brewed the coffee. They brought the coffee. They are here in person helping serve the coffee. They're bringing their families. Thank you so much to Aldea for their sponsorship of this program and bringing the coffee. Make sure to let them know how grateful you are for their partnership with us. The coffee is awesome. Sorry, those of you online, you're going to have to come in person to get the Aldea coffee here. But also, Awashanong Islands Audubon Society, thank you for donating money for the feeders out here. Annually, they give a donation. And the Friends of Ottawa County Parks, that organization has folded now. It no longer exists, but I wanted to recognize them and say thank you for their years of service to Coffee with the Birds by providing the other hot drinks for us. So what we are drinking, hot drinks, is still from them. House finch. On number 8 is house finch, and look at number 4 over here, just loaded with goldfinches. We got a blue jay coming in back behind number 3, 3, 4, and 7, and then over at feeder number 2, no, nothing over there. Interesting. Look through those goldfinches to look and see if we can find a pine siskin or maybe a redpoll. I haven't seen one yet this year, but they are coming down this winter. Hairy woodpecker on the back of number 5 here. To finish that off, I want to say the last, but certainly not the least, of the sponsors of this program are you, the Mug Club members. Those of you who purchased your membership and got in your mug, a particular thanks to you for your sponsorship of this program. Your membership allows us to do this. Your membership feeds the birds, so the birds thank you. Your membership allows us to fund what we're doing. We get you guys donuts. I mean, come on. So please tell us you're thankful for this program by being a Mug Club member. Excellent. I'm going to get to some of these comments online real quick and just acknowledge. We've got Amy Lamberts in Coopersville. A good morning to you. Pam in Fremont. Hello, Pamela. Somebody's shoveling their... Pamela is shoveling her driveway this morning, heard a quick noise behind, and a Cooper's hawk got in a mourning dove and flew over her head. That's going to be hard to beat, Pam. We've got somebody from Florida on here, Port Charlotte, Paula and Diana Hugo. Awesome. And then we've also got good afternoon from Borlänge, Sweden. Did I say that right? Got a steaming mug of mulled wine and a saffron bun ready. Well, good afternoon to you there. So that's awesome. Thank you for tuning in. We've got a downy woodpecker on the feeder here. Oh, that's a hairy. What am I saying? We got a male hairy woodpecker on feeder number 3 for you all to enjoy. I'm catching up to myself now. You can tell I'm like running on the adrenaline. Okay, full disclosure here. Tunnel vision until you get here. All right, that includes making mistakes on emails that go out and say Avocet on them and say no live streaming today. I'm imperfect. What can I? So there is obviously a live stream. You guys are on there and you know. We got 15 watching. We got blue jays coming in. We've got 1, 2, 3. Is there 4 of them? Oh, there's another. There's more. There's 3, 4 more up above. There's a whole bunch of blue jays coming in. They're probably coming in for some of that cracked corn. They like the cracked corn on the ground. Either that or the sunflower seeds mixed in. I'm surprised they're actually not going over to number 1. The peanut feeder, once they figure out that there's peanuts in there, they'll be all over that. And if you're wondering why I've got a little branch on that, that's so that the camera can focus on it and not beyond. I don't know if it looks like it's working. Yeah, okay. So blue jays, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6, 7 blue jays. and a hairy woodpecker right now. Is everybody online hearing me well and seeing everything well? Let me know if you have any issues. Let's see. It has quieted down out there a little bit. There's a junco back there coming in. Watch the ground for the juncos, the tree sparrows, and that song sparrow to come back. And then the feeder, the goldfinches coming into the feeders up top. And then there's a downy woodpecker coming into number 10 on the suet feeder that I just filled. I hope you all don't mind that I did that then. That's probably that. No, there's chickadees above number 7 now, and at number 6. Got the chickadee flock coming in. They come in real fast, and then they head out. They grab and go. Drive-through restaurant. Here they come. They're coming into the number 1 feeder. So if you watch that number 1 feeder, they're coming in and out of that. Of course, now that you've got the camera on it, then they won't. Right, Rick? We all know how these birds work. There's a mourning dove just out of view. For those of you who are over here, you can maybe see out the corner. They often don't come in during Coffee with the Birds because they're so skittish. So we'll see once if we can get it to come in and land. Well, mourning dove. There's another mourning dove coming up above there. See, I've got the view up. That's what. Blue jays. I don't know what happened to all those goldfinches. My goodness. So, what I'm going to do is open this up to anybody and everybody here and online. Do you have questions, stories, things you want to share, bird related? That's the criteria. Got to relate this to birds, right? And let me know. And then if we have to interrupt for seeing birds at the feeders, we do that. That's how this works. That's how Coffee with the Birds work. We're really informal. If you need to get up and get refill your cup of coffee or get some more donuts, that's totally fine. Opening up the floor. Any questions? Yes. Karen. Yes. So the question is, how is the mealworm feeder? Number 6. And thank you to our volunteer. We've got the numbers on these feeders. We have been missing them for a while. Number 6, the green feeder over there, is the mealworm feeder, and it works really well. They empty that thing out pretty quickly. The chickadees and titmice and things really love to come into that and grab the mealworms out of it. You can see there's a chickadee right now, grabbing and going. But they do like that. It's extra protein. It's another thing on the menu than sunflower seeds. So it works really well. Some people like to have the live ones. Mourning dove came in. Oh, I see one back here. Oh, right behind the waterfall. Oh, yes. Right behind the waterfall, up on that. And Rick has got the American tree sparrow on the video. Awesome. There's another mourning dove coming in. Nice. So the mourning dove is on that angled branch back behind the waterfall, if you see it. So American tree sparrow was up there for a bit. That is a wintertime visitor here with a yellow bicolored bill, kind of a rusty cap, a gray breast with a little spot on it. They're here only in the wintertime. They go way north to the tundra to breed. And then juncos are another wintertime visitor. They're also hanging out on the ground. They're the ones with the white bellies and the charcoal gray head and back with the whitish grayish bill. And the mourning dove left. Well, they're here. I mean, it left its perch. Rick was trying to find it on its perch, but then it left its perch. There's the mourning dove. It's great when we can get mourning doves at the feeder during Coffee with the Birds, because, like I said, they're pretty skittish. So a lot of blue jay and mourning dove activity this morning. Okay. We have, for the first season in probably the last 3 years, so the last 2 years, we've been basically red-breasted nuthatchless. And for whatever reason, they haven't been erupting, and we haven't been getting them at the feeders in the winter. This year, we've got them. And this morning when I was feeding them, One was at feeder number 2 over there when I was trying to fill feeder number 2, and it was a standoff. I'm like, so who's going to leave first? And I was literally 5 feet from it, and he just sat there eating the suet. It's fantastic. They're pugnacious little critters, so if we can get them, they're often coming into number 1. Oh, there he goes. With a peanut in his bill. Thank you. I love it. Feel free to do that. Shout it out when you see a bird, especially if I can't, if I'm looking around a corner here. Tufted titmouse on number 1. If you watch the number 1 feeder, whoops, that was not good. That was a little shaky. Can you get me a paper towel, Haley? Thank you. She used to work here, so she was a former intern, so I can call her out, right? Where was that? Oh, red-breasted nuthatch. So that is a great addition to our flock of birds this season. Red-breasted nuthatch. Who else is getting red-breasted nuthatches? Raise your hand if you've got red-breasted nuthatches at your feeder now. See, it's an eruption year. And online, let us know you all are getting them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, maybe I will do that. That's a... Nah, this is good for now.
I'm just going to hang out so you don't have to roast coffee.
Thank you. Interns are still sometimes good after the fact, right? No. Had a little coffee spill here. Sorry for the little chaos there, those of you online. All right. The red-breasted nuthatch coming in? Nope. Tufted titmouse here with the nut in his beak. That's going to be an in-person thing. Oh, and look at all the goldfinches coming into 3 and 4 now. Rick, you're going to want to switch on one of those 3 or 4. Rick's got so many cameras here, he doesn't know which ones to put on, and the birds are playing games on him. So we got 2 titmice on number 1. Okay, so now we've got my spill cleaned up. I'm going to check in here, and then I'll take another question here. So we've got somebody in person here is also, Tabitha back here, is checking in online and in person. Our recreation program lead back here, Tabitha. We've got Carl and Judy. That's Whippoorwill 5201 from Park Township. Late signing in due to connection issues. Oh, I'm glad you got it. Oh, do we have more than you? More activity than you? That's great. If we can finally one day outdo you. And then Corrideros 136 says, I had so many red-breasted nuthatches all summer long, and they've stuck around. Awesome. And then Carl and Judy are also saying they have red-breasted nuthatches daily. 3 yesterday. So yes, definitely red-breasted nuthatches around. Anybody else? Questions, comments? And yell out if you see something out here that needs to be called out. Oh, cardinal on 8. Excellent. You've got it on there already. There you go. Cardinal on number 8. Todd.
I did see a house finch earlier, but...
Yes. There have been some house finches. Above number 4 is a house finch up on the branch there. Yep. Yep. If I can just, if you guys are gonna if you're gonna chat in here, it's getting harder for me to hear things. So if you do, I'm glad you guys are excited, but just try to keep it a little bit down so that I can make sure I'm hearing everybody's questions and everybody else is hearing the questions. I hate to do that, but I'm like, I gotta make sure that everybody can hear. The question was what?
Well,
Oh, house finches.
But then my question was, we've had a lot of blue jays at our house too.
Yes.
I think more than average. This is Hudsonville. I was just wondering, you got a lot here today. Is everyone seen more blue jays than average? Are they likely to stay the whole winter, or they're not just passing through?
Okay, so the question is about Blue Jays, and I repeat so that everybody online can hear as well. The question is about Blue Jays, and has anybody else been seeing a lot of Blue Jays this year, and will they stay? So different season or different winters can have different numbers of Blue Jays. That has to do with food abundance, with weather, things like that. I have been seeing a good number of Blue Jays at our feeders this year, more than maybe the average year. So I would say it's up this year, and I don't know if anybody else is seeing the same thing. Those of you online can chime in. So sometimes they'll stick around, sometimes they'll move other places depending on food availability, weather, etc. But they are migratory. People don't realize that Blue Jays are migratory. We get them year-round here. However, places up north do not, and they will erupt down. Same thing with goldfinches. They are also migratory, just a short distance migrant, and typically it's birds that are from farther north that will join the ones here, and maybe our birds go further south. So yes, but hopefully that helps to answer that. And they love peanuts, and they'll eat cracked corn on the ground too. We got a cardinal on the ground here. Beautiful view of a cardinal. There's a female cardinal to its right, which Rick can't see. And then there's another female cardinal back behind number 8. There's another male back behind number 8 as well in the bushes. So we've got a family, or a group of cardinals, I should say. And just look at 3 and 4 right now. Unbelievable. Like I said, I had 50 yesterday. And we've got a few over on number 2. Oh, there they go. There they go. Something came in. Something startled them. So either it's a false alarm or there is something that flew by and scared off all the birds.
There's a hawk that flew back.
Oh, was there?
For like 10 seconds before they all flushed. I just saw the white underside, underwing and underbelly.
It's either I bet you it's a red tail then. Was it a big, okay. Out at the river, we often will see the red tail or the red shoulder sometime flying by. So, but if it had the white belly, probably the red-tailed hawk. They don't have to fear the red-tailed hawk. They need to fear the Cooper's hawk and the sharp-shinned hawk. All right, well, we have one brave mourning dove back there hanging out, trying to be incognito, you know. So we'll take this time. Any other questions, comments, stories? Right here.
So mine are really big and they're light colored, but I think they're mourning doves, but these are little. Mine is like huge.
Could it be pigeons? I mean, pigeons are a little bit the same shape, but they have a squared off tail and not a pointed tail. It might be perspective then. You know how close you are to it. Sometimes the perspective, depending on where you are, can throw your sizing off. Yeah.
These are little compared to
Yeah, maybe you feed them real well. The question is about the size of the mourning doves. But yeah, these are the average size mourning doves here. Yep. Question in the back.
So I'm curious about why you say that the bird should worry about the Cooper's hawk versus the other, the red-shouldered and the red-tailed.
So the question is, why should the birds be more concerned about Cooper's hawk and sharp-shinned hawk versus red-tailed hawk? Red-tailed hawk is an open field, open country hunter of rodents. They're big, and so they're going to hunt larger prey and rodents. And they're structured for soaring and diving in an open field situation. So they don't often hunt in the forest, and they don't have the physical structure on their body to chase small birds and dart. So the sharpshin and the Cooper's hawk have long, narrow tails and shorter, stouter wings, so they're more maneuverable through the woods and through the brush to chase birds. So they're physically built to chase them. Yep, no problem. So online here, we've got red-breasted nuthatches in Fremont on a daily basis too. Awesome. And then blue jays here as well up in Fremont. Pamela is saying she's got blue jays and red-breasted nuthatches. Awesome. We've got 20 watching online. We have more than that in this room right here. Come on, online. Yes. Oh, right here, yes.
Could you tell me what food you have each
Yes, the food in each of the feeders. While the birds aren't at them, it's a little easier to do that. So number 2 over there, way over there, that is coarse sunflower seed on the left, suet in the middle, and then the tray feeder is basically peanuts and some coarse sunflower. Different birds like it fed to them in different ways, so we try to offer it in different ways. Then over here, number 3 and number 4 and number 7 are all coarse sunflower seed. That's basically sunflower seed out of the shell. Number 10 here is suet. We take you can get these at DeBrine. It's a suet cake, but it is 100% suet. It is just white suet. That's the kind I recommend because it's the highest fat content that you can get. And I smush it in there with my hand into the little knots on there, and it gives a nice platform for the woodpeckers to feed. Number 1 is peanuts and sunflower seed again. Number 5 here is also more suet, same as number 10. We have a little bit of raw suet left in there, but I've run out, so what's in there is what's in there, and I need to get some more. Number 6 is mealworms. They're dried mealworms. And the chickadees, chickadees and titmice in particular like that. Number 9 over here is a finch mix that you can get at DeBrine. It's sunflower seed finely ground mixed with thistle or Niger seed. And then also there's a little bit of millet mixed in with it as well. And then number 8, where the cardinals like to go, that is sunflower seed in the hull. So some of these nutcracker birds, like the cardinals, they actually prefer that feeder, I think both for the platform that they can stand on. There's more space for them to sit on it versus these other feeders here. But then also they don't mind cracking those seeds open. So house finches as well, also like number 8. And then on the ground, I have a what's called the Will's Junco mix from DeBrine seed store. And that is basically a mixture of sunflower seed with cracked corn and millet are the main ingredients in that one. Did I cover everything? I think I did. Oh, white-breasted nuthatch is coming in? Behind number 10. Oh, there he is. He's coming into number 4. Yep, he's on number 4, white-breasted nuthatch.
House finch behind number 10.
House finch back behind number 10 as well. Back in the brush pile. Oh, there. Nope. I'm looking at the wrong bird. Did you get him before he left, Rick? Awesome. I just looked up at the screen here, and I saw nothing, but I saw feeder 4. Rick, thank you again. He does a great job switching between feeders. He fantastic job with the cameras. You can't understand how difficult it is to catch all the birds as they're moving to and fro and constantly in flux. Number 8 is pretty busy. We've got a cardinal and a house finch on it. The birds are coming back in after that hawk scare.
I have a squirrel question also.
So somebody's asking, Brittany Good is asking if we leave the live stream of the birds up during the day every day. Unfortunately, we don't. So the setup is brought in by Rick and is set up for these events. Is that something we would love to eventually have? At least one camera on our feeders or something? Sure. We have not been able to get that accomplished here yet, but that is something that we would like to do, but we don't. But if you want to revisit the feeders and coffee with the birds, you can always do that because these live stream videos are posted on YouTube for longevity. So you can always tune back in, and if you don't want to hear me talking, you can mute me and just watch the birds. So, anybody else here in the room have any comments, questions?
I have a squirrel question. Do any type of squirrel hibernate?
So the question is, do squirrels hibernate? Squirrels don't hibernate per the definition of the word, but they will go days inactive. But they won't hibernate all winter long. And you'll notice on the really cold, very snowy days, you won't see them. They hide out. And that's when they'll go into a little deeper sleep and try to tuck up and sleep off the cold. But on the warmer days, then they'll come and they'll load up. So you'll see different amounts of activity of squirrels on different days depending on weather, food availability, that kind of thing.
And what
So-
color or what kind of squirrel needs territory, space?
So what kind of squirrels need, well, all squirrels have some need for territory. But when it's winter, they tend to get along at these feeding stations here. So they'll all come in and tolerate each other. When you get toward late winter, like March and April, then they're getting a little more feisty and fighting for mating rights and things like that. Then you'll see more skirmishes at the feeder, but they tend to tolerate each other a little more. You'll see them chasing each other, but because there's such food availability, then they kind of tolerate each other. It's kind of like the bears in Alaska, when there's tons of salmon running, they kind of tolerate each other. These guys are mini bears, right? All right, we got goldfinches galore. You can tell the males and the females on this close-up shot. The males have the bright yellow faces, okay? They change from their bright yellow plumage to this greenish colored, grayish colored plumage with a white or with a yellow face. The females lose almost all yellow entirely. So you can see them, the one on the bottom right of the screen there, that's a female right there. The ones with the yellow are the males. So we've got a bunch of males on there and at least one female. But they change. Come March, you'll see the yellow coming back in.
I just want to tell you that people were walking toward the bridge over there,
Yeah.
and they scared up a hawk. It flew right over the bridge, and you could see from the other side.
And is that when they all flushed here?
It
Might have been. I bet you that was. So there were some people walking on the path over on the bridge over the river that saw a hawk fly over. I just got the message. So that must be the hawk that we saw flying by here a little bit ago. Nice. Did I finish answering? Oh, I was talking about goldfinches. Any other questions, either online or in person here? The hawk?
So if you go number 10 straight up.
way back, Curtis, about 75% of the way up.
So apparently we've got the hawk, and I'm going to try to see where we're.
That way. There, you saw his tail, right? He's pooping right there.
How high up are we looking?
About 75% of the way up. There he's flying.
Oh, there. Oh. It was a larger hawk. I could not make it out. He was behind branches as I got on him, and he flew. It was a red-shouldered? Oh, good. So we did have somebody get a good look at it. It was a red-shouldered hawk. Excellent. Well, the birds aren't reacting real negatively to it now. And I would say that the red-shouldered hawk, back to your question over here about the hawks and feeding, the red-shouldered hawk is a little bit of an in-between. It is a buteo, which means it's built more like a red-tailed hawk, but they are smaller and have a little bit of a narrower tail, so they can do a little bit of both. They'll soar, but they'll also catch things in the woods and in the swamps, so they're more of a forest-dwelling buteo. So, there you go, equal opportunity. I think the creatures out there that are the prey would resent that fact, but yes. So, all right, checking online for more comments. Good. Anybody else in here? We got questions in the back. If I had a new yard, blank slate, what are some tips and tricks that I would do to attract birds to my yard? That is an awesome question. How long you got? I'm going to give, what's that? Years. Oh, am I salivating? Yes. So I'm going to go back to my three things, okay? Food, water, shelter. Always keep food, water, shelter in mind. It's something you learn in school, right? What are the things that make great habitat for birds? Well, for any wildlife, right? You have to have food to eat, you have to have water to drink, and you have to have shelter to hide, your habitat, right? So if you think like a bird, then you can create habitat to attract birds. So you're going to have to running water, okay? Definite running water. Because the sound attracts the birds. Shelter, a brush pile, but better yet, native vegetation that builds shelter. Red-bellied woodpecker?
Right up that tall skinny one behind 4, probably 10 feet above the.
Not the woodpecker tree. Oh, there it is. Yep, it's to the left of the tip of the woodpecker tree there, Rick. He'll probably come in. Red-bellied woodpecker.
Where?
It's on the back side. Oh, now it's on the right side of the tree. So if you see number 4, the maple that's right behind number 4, go up and he's on the right-hand side. Kind of where that blue jay came in from. There he's coming in. There. Now he's on number 3. The red-bellied. Rick was working on focusing on something else, and then I said red-bellied on number 3, and boop, he's on the backside. I say he. Is it a she? It's a she. It's a she. It's on the backside of that number 3 feeder. But you can see it around the side. All right, Rick. Look at that. So, honestly, this setup here, I would use as a bit of a baseline for what I would want to do. We are at an intersection of 3 habitats. So we have the river out back. We've got deciduous woodlands here, and on the other side of the nature center, we've got open grassland, meadow. And where you intersect habitats, you get a greater diversity of birds. So I would place my yard somewhere like that. You said blank slate, right? Okay. So native plants would be huge, okay? So the native plants attract birds and insects that birds that don't come to feeders will also eat, so you can see other birds as well. And you'll attract your seed-eating birds better if you've got good seed plants. So it would have lots of oaks in there because they provide a lot of caterpillars. The highest diversity of caterpillars love oaks. So your warblers in spring, they love those oaks up in the tree, way up in the top. You know, that's where the warblers go. But oaks are the number 1 tree for feeding birds, especially the insectivorous birds, because of all those little green little caterpillars that you see. They're falling out. That's where they're coming from, and that's what they're eating up there. American tree sparrow there up on the screen. I think I'm going to have to stop there because otherwise I'm going to just keep going. But hopefully that's a good start, right? Okay. Okay, American tree sparrow showing us its beautiful back, actually. The different colors of the reddish and the brown and the black. Got the blue jays coming in. White-breasted nuthatch coming in to the right of number 4 and now on number 1 and gone. We're getting a good diversity of birds. We usually say if we get between 12 and 15 bird species, then we're doing good at one of these feeder watching sessions. Yes, question.
Does snow substitute for water in the middle of winter?
So I have seen birds eating snow, yes, but I would say it's not an equal, no. The reason I love water as far as an attractant to birds and keeping water open in the winter is because you can hear it and it's more easily drinkable. And if they're eating snow, it's so much colder, it's going to have an impact on their body. So if you have unfrozen, if you have liquid water, that's good. That's a huge attractant to birds. If you feed, if you get one of those water, heated bird bath, thank you. I got to find my words. A heated bird bath, make sure you're daily cleaning that thing out because birds will poop in it and get food in it and whatever. So you got to stay on top of it, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
I have a bird bath.
You have a bird bath? Awesome. Do you get to see birds taking baths?
Not really usual, but there's a bird to get their attention.
Yeah. Yeah. You like to take baths too? Not in the bird bath though.
Well, there's a bird painted by bird.
There's a little bird statue.
A bird statue.
Yeah,
It's
Get the other birds' attention.
to get the other birds to say, hey, this is a great place for you to come and take a bath, right? Yeah, that's awesome.
And other birds drink from it.
And other birds drink from it. We got a story about a bird bath in the yard and the birds that are coming to it. So thank you for your little story. Yes.
We put one up about 10 days ago at our house by our feeders, and we hadn't had one in the winters before, but we have something always in the summer for the birds. And they haven't come to it. It's been 10 days, and it's near the feeders. What's wrong?
You're talking a heated bird bath. They're not coming to it.
10 days it's been up.
Is it close to shelter?
Well, it's a port, it's like on a porch that's
Okay. Keep it up. Be diligent. Sometimes it takes a while for them to, and if you need to, you can get one of these little, like a vibrator thing that actually creates little waves that makes it more attractive. So if there's a little bit of movement in the water, that helps.
I tried putting a little trail of seed, but
Sometimes, also, what I would do is if you can get some sort of a clamp with a branch and clamp it to the side so that they have a place to land before they come in, so then they can check it out, that also might help. So any sort of thing like that you can do, we're talking about like how can we get birds to a heated bird bath, because for 10 days it's been up, birds are coming to the feeders, but they're not coming to the bird bath. One of the greatest things is if you provide access to, we got a hairy woodpecker on number 5 here, right in front of me. Provide access to the water. Notice how I've got branches and things coming down to the water back there. Yesterday evening, we saw an opossum. He's probably in this right now, okay? And he came and he was drinking water from the very top of the waterfall, and he was just leaning over and drinking the water. He was eating the seeds over here earlier. It was kind of fun to watch. But access to the water. Think like a bird. If you're a bird, what are you going to want to get to that water? And a branch right next to it to check it out and hop down to the water is a whole lot better than having to fly in and land right on the edge or in the water itself. So think like a bird. So think like a bird, and food, water, shelter. Okay, we got juncos on the ground over here. We got mourning doves. We've got an American tree sparrow, several American tree sparrows. What's interesting about the tree sparrows is that they just started coming in at Thanksgiving. Why? They usually don't come in to the feeders until it snows. For us here. And I don't know if anybody wants to comment on that, if they get them at their feeders. If they don't come to every feeder. You got to have a good habitat. This mixture of habitat is perfect for them here. That's why we get a good number of them. But they're not real common in like suburban and urban habitats at all. Sometimes you might. But we get them here when it starts to snow. Otherwise, they're out in the meadow, finding food out in the meadow. That's where I'll find them. So if anybody else has any comments on that, I'd love to hear. And I'm going to look. We've got another comment. I have a broad-winged hawk in the woods behind my house. I don't often hear them talked about like Coopers and red-tailed hawks. Are they uncommon in Holland? Broad-winged hawk is uncommon in Holland, and during this time of the year, they're definitely not around. They're a migrant down to the tropics. So if you have it now, I would take a look at red-shouldered hawk. They can look similar, especially the juveniles look similar to a broad-winged hawk. If it's during the summertime, you could possibly, but they're pretty uncommon around here. They're more common further north. Definitely listen for that two-tiered whistle, that tee-tee, tee-tee, like that. That's their call notes. We had a song sparrow on the feeder cam there for a minute. Song sparrow is back. It is still back just behind that mourning dove there. It's got the streaks on the front with a spot on the breast. And the hairy woodpecker right here in front of us. You can see the birds come in waves, right? Come in waves. Okay, they are here in the summer. Okay, well, then it is possible, but they're not real common in Ottawa County during the summertime either. But they can be here, and I have seen them. And in the last 5-6 years, there have been a few more reports of them. So I don't discredit those reports. I definitely think that there could be more of them around. So thank you for sharing. Yes. House sparrows out here. Okay. Knocking on wood. The question is, do we have house sparrows out here? No. Is it on our feeder list all time? It is. There was one female that hung out here one winter, long ago, quite a number of years ago. And it was kind of like, what is this thing doing here? Hopefully it doesn't bring its friends. So house sparrows are an invasive species that take over feeders, especially in suburban and urban neighborhoods or in agricultural areas. We thankfully have not had an impact from them here. Hopefully that stays that way. So,
Around the front of our house, but they don't usually come to the back where the feeders are.
oh,
But we do have them around the front.
well, let's hope that it stays that way for you. That they don't find your feeders. Because where I am in Georgetown Township, if I put my feeders up, they're definitely like the number one bird to come to my feeders. So, yep. Is there any way to get rid of them? That brings up a whole lot of ethical discussions. Are they ever going to be gone? No. They are one of the most adaptable birds in the world. What do you see?
Titmouse at number 1, but he's
Yep. They come, grab and go. They are one of the most adaptable birds and probably one of the most widespread birds in the world. Have I seen them in their native habitat? Yes, that is Europe. But here they were released in the 1850s, I want to say it was, to eat the insects that were eating grain, but they ate the grain instead. They didn't do their homework. So it's like a bad ecological decision that they're here. So look at all the mourning doves on the ground there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over there. Any other questions online? They are here in the... Okay, we just got that comment on there. Just so you know, those of you online, I want to make sure that I say this before I forget. Those of you online, in a little bit, I'm going to be closing down the live stream here. But the same place that you found this live stream, there is a second live stream for the birding tidbits. So if you click that link in the email or you go back to our YouTube channel and go to the live tab, you will find it there. And I will get that running just as soon as I can at 10:30-ish, okay? So just so you know that one is going live. And I also will say, if something goes wrong and we have to start the live stream over, I've got another one set waiting in the wings to use. So if it's not starting, just refresh your live stream page, and if you see another one pop up, use that one. But that's just a backup. Just so you know, that's why I'm directing everybody to the live stream page on our YouTube channel rather than the individual video, because that allows us to change it on the fly if we need to without any confusion. So just note that. Yes, question.
Yeah, I just, comment, my yard is very heavy on junco.
Aha.
I found one that had a white chin. Really weird. And I don't know if it's a genetic condition, it seems like. Just having some
If it's got a white spot on the chin,
yeah.
it probably is maybe just a spot of it being leucistic, like just a little genetic variation. Yeah. Either that or some frozen snow that got stuck in its... Yeah. So the question is, what is this white spot on a junco, on the chin of a junco in the backyard? We don't have it here. It's at another house, but it's probably because it's leucistic. I'm going to say use this link for any live streams. There we go. Had to get that out there. Leucistic is like it's a genetic variation where it's not albino, but there are white patches on a bird. So sometimes leucistic is like half the bird is white. Sometimes it's just a single patch. But albinism is actually a pink eye and all white. There's no melanin. There's no coloration at all. So there is a leucistic red-tailed hawk that has been living for quite a few years now at Grand River Open Space near Allendale. And that bird, it looks all white, but when it flies, you'll see a couple of patches of brown in the wing. So like it is almost pure albino, but it is not. If you're lucky enough to see it, it's a really cool bird, but it's a red-tailed hawk. Oh, there's a picture of it in person right here. Yeah. You can sometimes see it from the lodge area or along the river of Grand Ravines Park because it lives right across the river from it. But he's very skittish. I was about to say that. Yes, very skittish. So, Mike, it's good to see you. This is one of our former mug with the cedar waxwing, Mike Burgeon. So, good to see you. And that's where he took that picture, too. You spend a lot of time there, I know. We got the song sparrow there, and it is about 20 minutes after, which means I am going to wrap this up because what I need to do is move into the other room and get set up for the Birding Tidbit live stream. So I'm going to say, those of you online, thank you so much for joining. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've had your own coffee there and donuts and have enjoyed watching maybe your own feeders and enjoyed joining us for the live stream here. If ever you get the chance, please join us in person. We'd love to have you. And thank you to those of you here in person. We've got a full room here. I don't know quite how much spillover there's been, but it's hard to tell until I get out here. But we've got a good crowd here as well. I love this community. I love that we can all get together and enjoy birds together. And this day is not done. So join us for the live stream and join us in person here for the presentation, the Birding Tidbits presentation next. We'll get started in a few minutes. Those of you in person can get a little more coffee, get another donut. Come on in there, make yourselves comfortable, and we'll get started just as soon as possible. But thank you so much for joining. Those of you online, thank you. I'm waving to the camera now. And I'm going to cut the live. You want me to cut the live stream over here, Rick? I need